So my concept of teamwork, first of all, I really don't believe
Oh,
that I don't believe that teamwork is good.
wow.
And I'm gonna tell you why. Because the ball is sitting on a tee, it doesn't have a velocity, it's not coming from anywhere, it's not going anywhere, it doesn't have a spin. And the worst part about it, the decision is already made for you because the ball is already there. And in the game, all those things I just said, the opposite is happening. So, in order for us to make T work more meaningful, and I'll use your word, more purposeful, so that's why your question was so good. How do we make T work more meaningful? Is I would, I talked about it. We're setting ourselves up visually here on T work. So we're looking long, even though the T's here, we're working short. So now at least I have a visual route that I have to take from 43 feet away to back to the ball. At least I have that, right? And then if I got the tee in the right space, at least I'm understanding where the contact space should be happening in reference to where my body is and how I got to get to bat to that space. And I'll know based on the outcome of the ball. Am I hitting everything on the ground? Am I popping everything up? Or even just am I hitting it hard or not? Then we can
Yeah.
from there we can identify what adjustments a hitter needs to make on T work, and that's where T work can be the most effective. But in terms of like for us, well, for me, I don't like my kids to do T work on game day because I want them to hit all moving balls. I want eyeballs and brain involved in everything they do
Oh,
on game
okay.
day. That's just
But
for me. See, I don't want to
I,
say don't use T's. I'm just saying. So here's what I'm saying. I said I don't. It's my own bias.
yeah,
Because here's the reason why. Like you might have a kid who the T is a placebo for that kid, and it makes her feel good to get on the T.
right.
She needs the T because now she's feeling good. Her everything's flowing for her. She's like, yo, the T work, let's go. She may need T. So I don't want to deprive her that kid from T. I just know that that's not getting her better.
Right.
It's not because of those things I said, but she may need it because it's providing the placebo effect that she needs to feel good going into a game. I
Yes.
would, yeah, I would, find out from the hitter. And a good thing is to ask questions from the hitters. And like I said, even though I'm not a proponent of game day tea, that's just my personal thing. Like there's plenty of successful coaches and teams that do game day tea. I am just my own personal bias because of the reasons I said is why I don't think that tea work makes hitters better necessarily. But I do believe that some kids need to feel good and they're going to get on the tee.
All
So you
right.
gotta, if you're asking the right questions to your hitters and you're interviewing them and they're giving you feedback and it's honest, like I like to have an environment in batting practice and pregame warm up where it's transparency, it's honesty. We try to keep it less emotional with people feeling like, oh, coach is always nagging me about my swing. No, coach cares about you and coach is trying to help you. Like,
Right.
just making sure that everybody knows what their role is in a practice setting, in a pregame setting. And then the kids have to know what the goal is in a pregame setting or in a practice setting. Or objective, yeah, the big three. Be on time. We're working on front foot timing. We're working on lowering our chase rates, not chasing high. And we're working on the contact space, catching balls out front. I'm sticking with those three. And, according to the level of your coaching abilities, you're going to have different ways that you want to coach those three. I already outlined how I would coach those three. But then you're going to be able to draw on your own knowledge as coaches, your own experience with that particular player, what those players are struggling with in game and what they're not struggling with in game, and being able to identify those things. And as I started to talk, right, if I'm talking about chase rates, right, let's say, okay, ready, watch this. I'm talking about chase rates, front foot timing, and contact space. You guys already know in your head which kids you see in your head. You start seeing your kids. You guys are all sitting there. You're seeing your kids right now. I mean, you could do heavy balls with T work. I don't because sometimes they don't stay on the tee because they're so heavy and they don't stay on properly.
Okay.
But I think that the power in the heavy ball is the fact that it's moving and they're going to get the feel of the weight of the ball with the momentum of the ball with the weight and getting
Right.
through that ball and creating the contact point and creating the post contact direction. Like, am I getting through it or am I cutting it or slicing it or getting around it? Because a lot of kids will get to a ball and then they'll change directions. I want them to get to a ball and then through a ball. And we talk about that good contact, that good post contact direction. Some people
Right.
call it extension, but I like to call it post contact direction. But if I can only do one thing in a pregame warm up, it would be heavy balls. And
Okay.
I would incorporate it in front toss and side toss. If I can only pick one thing, it would be heavy balls only. That's how much I believe in how it has corrective. It's correcting our kids. They're feeling it. It's sensory. They're getting sensory feedback. I hit that one really well. I didn't hit that one really well. I'm going to make an adjustment on the next one. They are getting sensory feedback, which is the best feedback that they can possibly get. I listened to everything you just said,
Yeah.
and what was so good about what you said is that you never once talked about mechanics. And if you could take the mechanics out of it and helping your kids develop their own individual approaches, it's so much better for them because once they start to become too internally focused, that's distracting them from actually hitting. Right. If they're focusing on the
Yeah.
swing, that's distracting them from the hitting process. But some of the nonverbal ones for me was like, I'll point straight at a kid, like, let's go. Or I'll point at him and just turn around and don't even look at him. Because it's on you. That's non-verbally me saying, let's go. Like, you got this, right? Or I'll do something like I'll go, if they chase high, I'll go, meaning that was up. If they start to get lungy and lunging at the pitcher, I'll go like this and push my hands down. Like stay back, stay back, stay back, calm down, relax, 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 stay back, stay down. So, So I have different ones that are based on the things that we have talked about in our conversations and the things that we have worked on in practice. So it just becomes like we have this connection where I don't even have to say it, but they know when I'm like, it's nonverbal, but, or if I'm like, I'll do this, for like, I have a kid who, the girl Ava that was, I don't know if you guys saw my in-cage presentation.
Yes.
Um, so Ava Jacobs, she is the FAU commit, and she's such a good hitter. But I coached her since she was like 9 or 10. Um, and like we have deeper conversations because she's also a catcher. So we talk a lot about spin, and she understands that every pitcher may have 3 or 4 pitches, but all 4 of those pitches are all spinning the same way, and the pitchers don't even know it. They're all spinning one way. I'm telling you, it's true. So I'll go like this to Ava, and then she knows that, and I go, because she knows that I mean she has one pitch. All her balls are spinning a certain way. If I go this way, it's spinning away. If I go that way, it's spinning down. If I go that way, it's spinning in. So she knows that. So I don't have to talk to her about it because we have that. I can't do that with everybody on the team, but with her I can because we've had those conversations. You get it? Like so, you're developing um, your nonverbal vocabulary, so to speak, with your kids based on you and your relationship with them and your practices and what you guys have discussed. You know, and I have certain kids where I might go, and she knows I want her to take one because I don't trust her. It's 2-0, and she'll chase a ball at her nose. 2-0. I don't trust you. So I'm giving you to take signs. I don't give take signs, but for you, take one, okay? So everybody's different. I may have a different language that I'm speaking for different kids. Imagine every kid has speaking a different language, right? I'm almost speaking a different language. Some kids it has to be nonverbal most of the time. Some kids it's going to be nonverbal. Some kids I don't even say nothing to. Like that girl Tatum I told you about, my leadoff girl. Like, she batted. I took her out of leadoff. She batted too. She couldn't hit leadoff. I started her at leadoff this year. She couldn't do it. I was like, you good? You don't like hit leadoff, do you? She's like, no, coach, I can't hit leadoff. I said, all right, I'll move you back to the 2 hole. Okay, you're good. And these are the kind of things we have to do with our kids. We got to find out. Like some kids can't handle the 3 hole. It's too much for them. You put them in the 6 hole, they're hitting 900. You put them in the 3 hole, they're hitting a buck 50. They can't handle it. Like, you know what I mean? So once we know our kids and we start to understand their psychology, that's the part where we got to get good. We got to get good at that part of it, the mastery of like getting to know them and getting to understand how we can put them in a position to be successful. How do we put them in position to be successful as coaches? Players that have a really good rise ball are going to be a lot more difficult because it's a good one versus the majority of them, which are mostly high fastballs. I still stand by and double and triple down on if you focus and work on zoning down all season, you'll be better at not swinging at that pitch. But here's the deal. Um, how you say it is important. And this goes back to you guys teaching in the positive. And when I say teaching in the positive, I mean this. I'm never going to say to my kids, don't chase or don't swing at the high pitch. That's teaching that's saying it in the negative. If I ask you guys, all of you guys right now on the call, if I said, hey, don't think about the pink elephant, you're all thinking about the pink elephant because I you get it. So I have to say the thing that I want to do. I don't want to say the thing that I don't want to do. That's a negative cue because you're teaching it in a negative context. So I'm going to say, hey, we're zoning down. Hey, leave it up. I'm telling them the solution to the issue in the cue, but I'm not repeating the problem in the cue. Does that make sense? So I'll never say don't chase high. I'll never say don't chase. I'm never going to start with don't. I'm never going to say don't leave trash in the dugout after the games. I'm going to say clean up your trash and put it in the garbage after the game. See the difference? It's teaching in the positive. It's speaking to the psychology of. It's speaking to the psyche, and then because what you say as a coach becomes their self-talk, and how you say it becomes how they say it. Don't swing at the rise ball. Don't swing at the rise ball. I'm gonna freaking swing at the rise ball now. You get it? So that's a part of it, like how we communicate it. But two is working on it, and then three is and after that they can't do it. They're just not good enough. They don't have the eyeballs, and they're not good enough after that. So those are kids that are going to have to like I would like to an adjustment you can make is go back of the box, right? It gives them more time to see it, and most pitchers are going to struggle with throwing any ball that has to move deeper, especially up and down pitches. They're going to struggle when the catcher has to move back. So if we get that batter to move back to the back of the box, the catcher has to move back, and now she got to make that rise ball break even deeper. Really, really, really hard to do. You know, um, so that's how I would deal with that.